Hi, my name's Jen Cinclair, 32-year-old pastry chef from New York City, home for Thanksgiving with my family, and of course I hooked up all the holiday desserts. I made some pumpkin pies, some pecan walnut pies, some gooey peanut butter chocolate whoopie pies, and a big old pile of cookies. But the cooking never stops there. I have some leftover pie dough, so this morning for brunch I'm going to make some quiche. We have some brisée flaky buttery pie crust that works with sweet or savory pies, and I'm going to create some quiches with sort of whatever my mom has left over in the fridge. You want to flour your surface a little bit before you roll out your dough, and you want to make sure that it stays very cold. So you're going to keep your dough in the fridge while you're not using it, and if you're not going to use it for a little while, you can even keep it in the freezer for a little longer. So you want to roll it gently and evenly, and if it ever feels like it's starting to get sticky, you can pop it back into the fridge to make sure that butter stays happy. So once your pie dough is rolled out, to get it into your shell, you can roll it back up onto your rolling pin and use the same motion to get it right back into your pie shell. You want to push your brisée down into the corners to make sure your crust is even all the way around. With these extra edges, we can just trim them off with a knife. So once you have your edges trimmed, you can create a nice little scallop just using your fingers. You can push it in just like this. Once you have your crust all ready, you can pop it into the freezer for 15 minutes just to get that butter happy. It'll create a nice flaky crust, and we're gonna par bake it at 375 for 20 minutes. Now that our crust is ready, we're set to make our quiche filling. Quiche is a super easy, non-fussy recipe. It's good to have in your repertoire, whether you have some leftovers that you wanna use up or you're craving some specific flavors for your eggy goodness. For every 2 eggs that I add to my quiche filling, I add a 1/4 cup of half and half. And to that, you can add anything. Today I have some cheddar and some basil, and it's gonna be delicious. You wanna put your fillings into your crust before the eggs. And you can cram more goodness in there. For a 9-inch quiche, I use 6 eggs and 3/4 cup of half and half. You wanna whisk up your eggs a little bit before adding your cream. Add your 3/4 of a cup of half and half. So to your eggs and half, you're gonna add a little pinch of nutmeg, nice generous pinch of pepper, and a pinch of salt. Now that our egg mixture is ready, we're gonna pour it over that sharp cheddar and basil for our quiche. We're gonna pop our quiche into the oven at 375 for about 35 minutes. Once it gets close, you wanna give it a little jiggle. If you don't see the liquid waving in the middle, then you're good to go. Hot out of the oven, we have our super easy, non-fussy quiche ready to go. Hoping your holiday was as delicious as ours.